Ironheart, episode 4, where I'm here to help. Anthony Ramos is unbothered by normal critics. At least they're talking about it, because if they ain't, then I'd be worried. Because I love talking about this show, especially when Riri gets down to the deep, philosophical questions.
So do you think I'm a good person?
After 3 episodes, lots of thievery and multiple murders? No. But that's from me, and I never expected such an amazing answer from one of the cast. This guy's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He knows what the truth is, but he wants to get in her knickers.
Figured I asked.
Good, bad, them words don't really mean anything.
What do words mean anyway? What is really good? And so because he knows the truth, because he can't tell her what she wants to hear, he just tries to give her a different compliment.
You're like Spock.
Spock.
I don't think she knows who Spock is, but when he referenced it, she probably thought he was throwing up gang signs.
Booyakasha, check this out, yo.
That does seem to be more Riri's area, as later in the episode she started to quote her heroes.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
You combine all of that with Riri going off in search of black magic.
Black girl magic!
And we have a banger of an episode to dive into. We start with a young Hood engaging in Hood activity with a gun. The dead guy's like, look, we go in, we get what we need, and then we can have our own mansion. He goes directly to a safe, despite the fact it's hidden in a drinks cabinet, and even knows the code how to open it. He's still a crap thief, though. I'm beginning to think the reason why these people have a life of crime is because they're too incompetent to do an actual job. This idea is backed up even more when...
Come on, kid.
I don't even know why you thought you could pull a gun on him. He would have just shot you. Unless your teammate shoots him first, obviously. So they run and decide to split up so they don't both get caught.
How do I find you? I'm never too far away.
Yeah, unless you split up because you got caught in a crime. In which case, you are quite far away. I don't even know why you would split up. Presumably he's following the bear analogy of, I don't have to run faster than a bear, I just have to run faster than you.
Hey, I'm always with you.
Yeah, unless we're after a crime and we've told you to split up. With that though, we're back with the degenerate scum.
Hey, Parker.
What did you just call me? Or maybe we should say a few words and have a eulogy for the murderer.
I'll go around and say what we'll miss most about Cousin John.
It was how we'd slaughter innocent people without a care in the world. If ignorance is bliss, so is being evil. That's why they're all so happy. During all this, though, the Hood is just locking eyes on Riri and making her really uncomfortable. Well, at least I think she's uncomfortable. It might just be her underbite kicking in again. The problem with any fantasy show, though, is you can only suspend disbelief so far. And if you shatter it, you ruin the entertainment, so no one can believe these are actually good people. No one can believe that Riri is a hero, and no one can believe
I'm gonna miss John's honesty.
he was a thieving piece of scum. He wasn't honest. Otherwise, the police would go, what have you been doing, mate? Oh, I've just been out robbing, mate. Yeah, they see me. You should probably arrest me. I have a long list of crimes.
How much he loved opera.
No, he didn't. He was the only person in a group with normal T levels. He did not like opera. Riri, though, keeps glancing. He keeps staring at me. He keeps staring at me. She doesn't look suspicious at all. And then this one, well, she's just a well-rounded emotional human being.
Now I'm kind of mad he's not here. And
I'm just mad at him. He should have known better than to not be able to breathe carbon dioxide. The Hood, though, misses his loyalty. He cared about us, our mission, and it got him killed. In the next job, we're going to be perfect. Just stick to the plan. At this point, you think Riri would just follow the others not saying anything like they did? Instead...
Parker, you got anything for me?
Yeah, bullet from this gun, love.
Yeah, I got plans for you.
Could have just shot her here, but for some reason, he's got to drag it out over another 3 episodes. He takes the picture of his dead friend, though, and hangs it on the wall. Next to...
Baby, this is game, I'ma shoot at you.
an Ironheart picture that cracks. I know when they say TV shows have massive budgets and no one knows where they've gone. I might have an idea.
Look up and look around, it's going down.
Where's it gone? It was definitely there. It's on the right-hand side of the picture. Did they CGI a picture on the wall because they wanted an intro sequence and couldn't be bothered to spend 20 quid putting a piece of paper in an Amazon frame? All I can think was they couldn't even be bothered to Photoshop it in here. Back at her house, the AI is bugging.
Riri. Hello.
But Riri's not paying attention because she's busy analysing magic with a microscope. Meanwhile, I'm just looking at this hair thinking, how long does it take to do that? Like intertwined underneath each other and stuff.
I've been trying to get your attention for a whole minute.
Oh, what a minute. You know how men feel, love. Under the microscope, though, you can see the glowing particles of magic. Look, we're just gonna have to go with it, alright? Let's hope Doctor Doom has a better interpretation of what magic is.
It looks like internal combustion.
Magic is internal combustion within a piece of fabric. That's what it is. Oh. What a genius. How does magic even look like internal combustion? It's shimmering. It must be combusting.
A lot like a heat engine powers his host, or in this case, Parker.
So the fabric is internally combusting, which then somehow puts the energy into a human being. That's not how combustion, heat, or energy works, but just accept it, right?
Okay, so we know where all the energy goes, but where does it come from?
Where does it go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But Riri's like, the energy comes from nowhere, according to my analysis. And if a 19-year-old girl can't work out the science, who can?
I've cross-referenced this heat signature with every known energy source.
How do you even know every known energy source? I mean, she does.
Wakandan, Kree, Stark, Pym.
But how does she have access to their energy sources?
Energy doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It defies laws in physics.
Well, I mean, that is the basic theory of the Big Bang, and string theory says it can happen, so you tried cross-referencing it with the theories that we already have. But she says, I don't even know how long Parker's body can take this. What? You've looked at a suit under a microscope. You have no idea the impact it's having on him at all. You've not tested it on flesh. But we find out why she's studying magic in the first place. It's not out of any kind of intellectual curiosity.
I need to understand his power so I can fight back when he inevitably comes for me.
So she can avoid the consequences of her actions. I've murdered somebody, and I don't want them to come and seek justice for me murdering him. Her entire life is spent trying to avoid the consequences of her own actions, while being as lazy as possible. Her mum calls her, though.
Now, you know my mama don't believe in locked doors unless you pay bills.
That's actually a really good belief to have. I'm surprised they wrote that in the show, even if they did do it as a bad thing. But secondly, why don't you pay bills? You've got loads of money, you've nicked it off people. You can afford to make a high-tech Iron Man suit. You can pay for your electric, love. Oh no, sorry, I forgot, you nicked that out of the building. You could pay for your food. With this though, we get to see around Riri's room, and it's quite eye-opening. We get this poster over here, BL Matters. There's one on a door that says Black Queen something. And over on the wall, we have the Black Commie Fist. The most common way people give up their power, so now we've got a supremacy angle in there as well, as you've linked that and power, is by thinking they don't have any. Basically, her entire room is covered in racial propaganda. Disney Marvel, hitting it out of the park. This is the kind of thing they want your children to believe. It is funny though, it just proves her to be even more of a villain.
I came to see if you need to come clean.
Well, that'll depend, love. How long have you got? If you want me to do that, you're gonna have to clear your schedule for the rest of the day. Of course, Rosa, come clean about what?
Anything clean? I'm on my way to the laundromat.
Oh, she's just paranoid. She's having psychotic delusions due to the stress of having killed somebody. Not because you regret it, but because you're scared of getting caught. Mom's like, you haven't even spoken about your dead co-worker.
You know about that?
The police told us when they were here.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot there was 2. You see, me and my friends have been murdering so many people, I forgot my own body count.
Right.
At that moment, though, the fabric vanishes. She panics. She's here.
We gotta get mom at the house.
She does just run to the door and not get in. I would get in the suit first if an evil magic demon spawn was coming to kill me. Luckily, though, it just reappears in its jar.
It's back. See? We're good.
That doesn't mean he's not in the house. It just means that your fabric doesn't react to him. But Riri is annoyed because her AI isn't responding the same way she did.
Why are you acting so calm? Like I didn't just let John die.
You didn't let him die, you killed him. Or if you didn't have the oxygen, she killed him. But considering this Natalie is from your mind, this is how you think Natalie would act. So when you're going, why don't you have any morals? It's because she's a reflection of you, or your opinion of your friend.
You did what you had to do to survive. John would have done the same.
Those two things aren't linked. Just because John would have left you in that room to die, doesn't mean that you can leave him in that room and not be a murderer. Well, he would have done it to me, isn't a defense in court. But it gets worse when they try and use a legal defense.
Stressing over an act of self-defense is...
It wasn't self-defense. It would have been self-defense if she killed him as he was trying to stab her. But at this point, he was unconscious on the floor. He couldn't move. He was no threat to you. One situation had ended, a new situation had arrived, and you let him die. And even if you want to take the there is no good Samaritan rule, like I think in France you are required by law to help somebody who's in need, it still would be considered an immoral act, or at the very best, not the act of a hero. Yeah, I might drive along and think you're on your own, mate. But Iron Man shouldn't.
I don't even know what to do.
That's because you're really smart. He said, why don't you contact Wakanda? And she's like, well, you know, I did start an interspecies war, then I murdered somebody.
Got kicked out of MIT. I joined a crew of ragged-ass criminals.
So she knows she's filth, she knows she's scum, she knows she's a criminal, she knows she's a villain. She will make absolutely no attempt to change any of this.
Oh, and I'm about to get my ass popped by a deranged man in a cape.
So there's an upside.
When you say it like that,
When you actually say the truth, you're obviously filth. With that, Riri decides to pop around to her friend who she's been blackmailing all this time. Unfortunately, there's already a police line around his house. She sees the neighbour and thinks, oh, we're just the same we are. We have so much in common. We're both evil. But finds out from the neighbour that, yeah, the police came for him because he's been tied to a crime. And after Googling him, it turns out it's the crime that she did. Because obviously she left his technology at the crime scene, technology that he already told her could be linked back to him. If he was smart, he would have removed the links to him, but here we are.
Ezekiel Stain.
That is the guy with the happiest crime photo I've ever seen. I really don't know whether he's tiny or they just put him next to a guy who's like 6'7".
Bad apple fell very far from the tree,
Except for the fact that his father tried to kill Iron Man.
rolled down the hill, and landed straight in the gutter.
Good one, Samantha.
Evil is in his genetics, like Riri's. The criminal degenerates, though, we're not going to wonder why his stuff was found at our crime scene. Doesn't matter. We're just glad somebody else is getting sent down for our crimes. They're really nice people. We get this one pull out some green filth from the fridge, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna eat some mold. I can only assume they've been forming some kind of weird bacterial serum from his hair. Upstairs, though, we go up to the Hood, who seems to be taking an ice bath for over 11 minutes. But after this scene, look, it's probably the best cut in any DCU property.
Right after this.
Riri's in prison! Oh, take it in. This is where she belongs. I wonder who's come to visit her.
Hey, looks like they got your favorite color.
Look, I know you were in prison. I came to visit. Look, I know he's the one in prison. Don't take this from me. I have to delude myself into thinking that she's going to get what she deserves. Justice has to be done. She came to give him a message, though.
look, I know you're mad at me, and you have every right.
Great. In which case, you say it was you that did the crime and we can switch places. Instead, though, she doesn't offer to put herself in prison. She doesn't offer for justice to be done. She just says, I'm going to break you out of here.
Yes.
And how do you expect to do that?
That's a good point. I mean, you could just be honest and then you'd be in my place, but everyone knows you're not selfless. Instead, she's, I'm working on it. I'll try and come up with a way out. But with her IQ, I wouldn't hold your breath. So he starts hitting her with the home truths.
I should have known never to trust you.
You should have known that when you met her, and her first thing was to blackmail you, to be honest.
Just a selfish kid
Yes.
who can't take any responsibility for herself.
That's what I've been saying. Now remember, this show, massively racist. And so most things are just down to the identity of the person saying it. In this regard, he's the one who's supposed to be wrong. Yet he's the only one with an IQ making sense.
You lie, you cheat, you manipulate.
Facts! I'm surprised the police didn't put her behind bars just by looking at her.
Even if that means hurting other people.
Yes, this is her entire character. Yeah, the show, I can't believe he's got a gaslighter. At no point does she take these words and change. She doesn't come to any revelation about what she's doing or the fact that she's just scum. No. Instead, and from what you see later in the episodes, he's meant to be the villain in this scenario. I can't believe you're being so mean to our identity, man. You can tell Riri hasn't learned anything from it and everything he said is true when she immediately goes back to the criminals rather than just shopping them to the police. That would actually be what a hero did in this scenario. After that speech, he would then go, no, actually, he's completely right, isn't he? And then come up with a plan to get all of those people arrested, knowing that he would get arrested as well and go to prison, but willing to sacrifice himself because he knows he needs to face justice, and drags the other degenerates down with him to where they belong. Whereas Riri, it's just all self-interest all the way down. Typical Hollywood. Riri, though, finds out that the Hood is getting another tech specialist on board to help her with things. She's like, oh no, is he replacing me? Is he getting prepared to off me so my role is already filled within the criminal organization? He, though, shows the crime scene. Like, is this a friend of yours? It's like, I'm just wondering how the tech got into the building. Such a shame, isn't it? He's gonna rot in jail for our crimes, and this is her face. He's like, yeah, I did that. He's like, yeah, that guy getting stitched up helps us big time. I just wished if you'd need help, you would have come to me. You didn't have to go to this random guy to get technology. I could have got it for you.
But it's all good. We'll bring someone in to help pick up the slack.
That's nice of him. I know you're lazy and evil and won't do any work and always mess everything up, so I'm gonna get somebody else to help your clear, incompetent arse.
Hope you have a great day, Riri.
I hope it's the last one you ever have. Now, Riri starts installing the cheapest security cameras she can find as security. She does have an automated battle suit that she could use to patrol the area, but nah, I think we're gonna leave it to these little Wi-Fi cameras that I got off Amazon. And she starts giving the people important in her life these watches.
Why need a watch to go to bed?
Just don't take it off.
She doesn't tell them what's going on. She doesn't tell them what it does. She just expects they will blindly obey her instructions. Just the ego in thinking that anyone will obey you. It's like being bossed around by a goat. Riri, though, is going off to see Xavier. I've only just learnt his name after 4 episodes because they just said it.
I am gonna see Xavier.
I will forget it the next time he appears on screen. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to meet him though, he's my brother. He doesn't want to meet you. Well, imagine how pissed he'll be when you find out that you've been hiding me for ages. He'll be really upset when he finds out you've been hiding the dead corpse of his sister. Everyone in this show has a huge, exaggerated sense of their own self-importance, don't they? So she gives him one of the watches, and he's like, I don't use watches.
It's not for fashion.
Clearly.
Yeah, he sounds like he's going to wear it, doesn't he? You could give him a reason to, though, love, couldn't you? You don't wear it, you're going to die because I've pissed off a murderous criminal. That would be enough to make me put on the shield watch.
Should I even bother asking why?
No.
Then I'm not wearing it, you silly cow. I don't know who you think you are. I'm not getting bossed around by somebody with a 75 IQ who has a criminal record longer than my arm.
Okay, weirdo.
Worse than that, I know you know better, slurs.
So do you think I'm a good person?
What kind of question is that to ask? Of course not. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
Never mind.
We all know, don't we? I know, you know. I haven't even told you about all the crimes I've done, all the various different murders. The other day, we wiped out a load of innocent security guards for no reason whatsoever. The only survivor was the one where we made him paralyzed from the neck down, just for lulz. But do you think I'm moral?
Figured I asked.
Good, bad, them words don't really mean anything.
I can't say yes. So I'm just going to play with words and try and get our definitions. What are definitions? What are words at the end of the day? What does being good even mean in this kind of situation? In this world, this ethereal world that we call life? If it's not a yes, it's a no. Is that, yeah, but what does no even mean? He's trying to remove it, to abstract it, so he doesn't actually have to give her a true answer. We're just going to cover it in smoke and hope that everyone thinks we've answered the question.
It's all depending on who's labeling you.
No, it isn't. The criminal filth that murders people for a living is only interested in money, self-interest, becoming iconic and famous. That's not a good person. She's scum. It's got nothing to do with the identity of anyone. Your country, your nation, your people have one single culture, one single morality, and you can obey that, or you can be evil. If you want a different morality, piss off somewhere else. Go to the land of murderers and thieves where she belongs. Like prison. I'm sure the people in prison would think she was a good person, or at least did nothing wrong, eh?
Yes, if you were asking me, describe you as a person, I'd say you're a smart person.
And she's like, yeah, I am, aren't I? Yeah, you can be smart and evil, this is a point. IQ doesn't equal morality. She doesn't have 75 good points.
A hard-working person.
Well, now you're just lying to her. She's one of the laziest people I've ever seen. She can't even bother to get a job. She wanted to steal from people to get an immediate boost. She's lazy and impatient.
A protective person.
She does have to stop people from dying because of the consequences of her own actions. Shame she doesn't protect the innocents that she murders, though, really, isn't it?
A complex person.
I can't help noticing you haven't said good yet. You're smart, protective, lazy. Next he's got, do you think I'm beautiful? Well, you've got quite a unique, interesting face.
You're like Spock.
Spock.
Yeah, it's your pointy facial features, love, that's what does it. The only difference is Spock actually was moral.
I always think of myself as a hura.
Yeah, but that's because you're a racist, love, that's why.
I can understand myself in someone in the same identity group as myself.
Just because you can't abstract, you don't have any other choice.
Please. The only thing y'all got in common is that little complexion.
See? Even he knows. He called her out on it. Please. You're just a racist, really, aren't you?
I think underneath all that armor is a soft heart.
You haven't said she's a good person. Now you've just called her weak.
So with all that you are is good, really a label you need?
He still hasn't said she's good. Well, I mean, if I like or love you, then do you really need me to say you're good? Yes, because she's on about morality, mate. She is evil, she's murdered people, and she's a thieving piece of scum. And you're just like, well, I actually quite attracted to that. Okay. So you're attracted to demon babies, but that doesn't make her a good person. Don't do that to her, mate. She probably thinks it's a gang sign.
Booyakasha, check this out, yo.
Might summon a suit and blast you because you're from the wrong side of the city. You can't do that past 17th Street. Oh no, she's marked you for death now. She probably thinks she's committing some kind of witch's curse.
Keep it real, yo, big up yourself.
Yeah, it's like, though, did you kiss? I mean, you don't want to die without having your first kiss. I'm surprised they wrote that into the story, to be honest. After watching She-Hulk, I thought Disney wanted to push the entire opposite message. Although I'm not sure the most positive message for being an anti-slag is, they're all evil! They're all evil criminal filth, aren't they? That's why they can't find someone. Now, she tries to go to bed and can't sleep, keeps checking the security cameras, until she eventually decides to sleep in her Iron Man suit. So at least she's safe. Screw everyone else, I guess, but, you know, she'll be safe. That's what matters. She wakes up, though, to a problem. Oh, aye. Maybe you should put your mum in that suit, eh? After destroying her mum's door, though, she finds her covered in a shield. Somehow, the watches have, like, little AI mechanisms in them, and when they hear a gunshot, they activate. Hers must have heard a gunshot on the TV and just expanded into a shield bubble, which wouldn't have been that bad if she'd actually told her mum what the watch did and how it worked. Instead, she got petrified and started, Riri, what are you doing?
One moment I'm on the case with Scully, your watch decides to airbag me.
Look, sure, the truth is out there, but I really want to know what it is.
Girl, you just busted down my door like the Kool-Aid man.
I don't even know what that means. I'm kind of interested in what that means.
Kool-Aid to the rescue.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Kool-Aid to the rescue.
Oh, this is like you know when you've been tangoed.
Tango taste sensation here.
Fella run in from the left, and he gives him a good old slapping.
He deserved a good old slapping, that bloke. That's what he did. Good old slapping.
Bite and buzz.
Boom.
You know when you've been tangoed.
Oh, the old adverts were the best. Well, they were made by blokes. Mum's like, I can get patchouli, smoke, crystals, get rid of all your anxiety. He's like, hang on. Yeah. My mum knows magic. No, seriously.
You know, sound cleansing, chakra reading.
Her mum is just a deluded lunatic that spent too long on Etsy. But she's like, no, she definitely knows powerful witchcraft.
You want magic? Mama's got the plug.
And why do you live in a hole? If you had magic powers, you wouldn't live in Chicago. You live in an area where both of you know someone that died in a drive-by, and you're like, I know magic spells.
That chamomile is hitting, ain't it?
Oh yeah, she's on the hard stuff, the chamomile tea. So she takes her downtown to a place that sells sweets and reeds. And obviously, in a building like this, you're like, yeah, they definitely know magic. The shop might be magic, though, because it's clearly bigger on the inside. She immediately walks up to a child and is like, you must know magic, and starts asking for a mum. Now, you can tell that she owns a shop by her immediate instincts.
Oh, you brought Riri.
Always on the lookout for a shoplifter. Oh, it's my best friend. You brought your daughter. Don't nick anything. I'm watching you. We only allow one thieving scum in the shop at a time.
Kid, Zelma, the dutiful Oompa Loompa.
I think if I called her an Oompa Loompa, I'd get arrested for a hate crime. I'm not even sure how her being an Oompa Loompa works. Cover herself in fake tan or something? She says, though, my criminal scum is looking for some magical guidance. Oh, are you? Yes. It's that thing in your pocket, isn't it? Her mum's like, hang on, I don't even know what you're talking about. And when she goes to reach for it, she gets stopped by the magician that sensed it.
Oh, not here.
Not here. I'm gonna have to send you to a parallel dimension. I like her instincts, personally. What's that? Riri's in the room. Quick, eject her into her pocket realm. If we leave her here, she can't hurt anybody. She's not telling them, though, it's a transportation spell. They've been teleported, and all of them are like, oh, actually, yeah, it's magic. I guess that's all fine. No one's freaking out.
Y'all just gonna casually throw around the term parallel plane?
I'd be a little bit more concerned myself. But they start analysing the cloth. Oh, is it witchcraft? No, it seems natural. Natural means it was created in a different dimension, which, you think that'd be unnatural? Not from this realm, it's from a different one. Not natural to us. I think got your terms inverted, love. We find that both of them trained in Nepal, where Doctor Strange is, and we discover a possible solution for Riri's low intellect.
Get in your brain, they're kind of hard to get out.
Who gave you brain maggots?
Brain maggots. They've been chomping away at that thing for years.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Now, these two people aren't exactly good at what they do. Her mum was a dropout, and her daughter is just, like, self-taught. So she had absolutely no idea what she's doing. Now, yes, Marvel are like, oh, she's got the power of fallopian tubes. That means she could just teach themselves everything, because they're just that instantly amazing. But everyone else knows that's BS, and she's just lying.
Learn from actual masters instead of these old books.
I could have actually known what I'm doing, but instead I had to make it up.
Forced you to make a whole new magic of your own.
Shang-Chi all over again. Well, she couldn't train with the masters, so she just watched them, and then invented her own martial arts that was so much better than theirs. That really is the magic, isn't it? I had no training, and so I just invented a new magic system that just happened to be better than theirs. You can't expect me to believe these people are smart when it's written by people who are so stupid.
And it's amazing.
You can't just say the stuff. Oh, it's so much better. Turns out, though, she's reading tea leaves in a rather unusual manner.
Oh, I know how to do that. Never mind.
Her tea leaf reading is less messy. The problem is, when they look at it, it's weird, it's dark, it's evil.
Mom, why is it like that? That's enough. We're done here.
My problem would be I wouldn't know whether the evil was coming from the tea leaf cloth or Riri. She's going to taint any of your results just by her presence emitting waves of it. Like, where did you get this?
From this dude with the magical red cloak, and I think it's scarring his whole body.
Oh, I got it from Demon Spawn. I thought it was normal because I am one myself. I'm pretty sure my mum banged Mephisto.
Them back, so they eject them back into the shop, although this time with less CGI.
Hell no.
I mean, I could do that cut. That's... Why didn't you have them rising through the floor again? No, that costs too money. Just use a transition in Da Vinci. Well, they just tell her you need to stay far, far away from that thing. It's evil, it's dark, it's old.
This shit is dark. Like, real dark.
Oh, seems quite bigoted to me. Does his ability to tan really matter when it comes to his magical ability?
From one of the darkest dimensions known and probably unknown.
Detroit? You say the cloak is probably possessing whoever's in it.
Doesn't possess, it influences.
But isn't that worse? But if you're possessed to do an action, it's not your fault. But if they're just going, I'll give you whatever you want, you know, and then you go out and do evil, that's your fault? So it makes the Hood more evil than if he was possessed. And Riri tells him, though, magic is not like technology. There is no bad technology, just the person that uses it. There is bad magic. Riri learns this and then just ignores it. Riri is fine with committing crime, murdering people, and using evil magic for her own ends.
And it is dangerous for everyone, especially good people.
Maybe that's why she's not scared of using it, eh? She's not a good person. She's immune to that consequence. She just tells her to destroy it, though. Doesn't tell her how. Her mum's pissed, though. Why didn't you just say you needed help?
Acting like you needed some sage and you smuggled something dangerous in my friend's shop.
Isn't that just the description they gave about the evil manipulative magic? Oh, you can't mess with this because it's so dark, because all it does is worm tongue in your ear and make you do evil. That's Riri. Riri is the living incarnation of evil demonic magic.
Behind my back.
At least if she's behind your back, you don't have to look at her. My mum's like, you know, there's loads of stuff going on. Why won't you just tell me what it is? And then she summons a suit.
If you don't want me to lie to you, then don't ask me these questions.
Yeah, because obviously I'm going to lie to... I'm not going to tell you the truth. I'm evil. Don't you realize you gave birth to demonic hellspawn? I'm not going to tell you the truth. I'm evil. If you don't want me to lie to you, just shut up and go away.
Don't you trust me?
It's not that she doesn't trust you. It's that the best thing for humanity would be if we locked her in a room where she can't talk to anybody. The only way we can contain the emanating negative powers. You could always go to Gary for help, but since he died in a drive-by, you've never spoken to me. You just lock yourself down. And then Riri's like, hang on, this is another option for manipulative powers.
Is why I don't tell you. You push me to deal with things the way that you want me to.
This is why I never tell you anything, because you keep trying to make me be a good person.
I can't talk to you because you won't let me be evil.
If I don't, you make me talk about my dead stepdad, okay?
Maybe she's trying to remind you of a moral person that you used to know, considering he's the only good person in your entire friend group.
I am not you, and you actually can't take that.
Yeah, she can't take that she gave birth to Beelzebub's spawn. Diablo's looking up going, but go on, love, that's my daughter. So they have the trope if she tries to get in the suit. Don't you go in that suit, I'm going in the suit.
Better not get in that suit.
Or what?
Or I will slap the living out of you. Why does she, I'm gonna, oh, go on then. Oh, what? Go on then. It's like, oh, God, you are insufferable. I mean, even your mum, right? Look at the height difference. She could kick the living crap out of you. You're like, oh, what? Bang! I'd like... This is the attitude that does not occur in somebody who's had a slap. Your mum should have educated you as a child.
Better not get in that suit.
Or what?
Teacher, go on. Don't look at her with a shocked face. Parent her. So Riri gets in her sheen dedicated to evil and crime. And we hop over to prison, where the Hood breaks into a cell and at first he thinks it's hallucinations, but he's like, no, this is real.
How'd you get in here? You like a lawyer or something?
I'm sorry? We are looking at the same bloke, right? How many lawyers do you know that dress like that?
Oh, I'm just gonna meet a client at prison wearing my cape.
In a t-shirt with all my neck tattoos. Yeah, if that's a lawyer, I wouldn't trust his advice, personally.
This guy's putting the law down on Hassan. And again, he's wearing a suit, so I literally trust everything he says.
Obviously not.
Even he's like, you an idiot. But yeah, I was going to come in and hire you for my criminal gang. You seem like an absolute moron. You're on Riri's level, and I don't like her on my team either. He offers him the choice, though. You can either rot in here for the rest of your life and then go back to your crappy life, or you can join me, be on the run, but experience a whole new world.
Hold your breath, it gets better.
Of evil and crime and murder. It's a really inspirational offer. I can see why he likes it. Riri, though, being used to just stealing everything from other people, goes to his bunker and immediately tries to break in again. Can't help herself. Everywhere she goes, she commits more crime.
Glass the door, Ned.
I'm such a pathetic waste of space. I can't even hack the lock. Just destroy his property for me, will you, Nat? Even Nat, the evil AI created from Riri's mind, is going, hang on, can we have a little bit of morality, or at least an IQ in the triple digits?
Check the mat, Ree.
Yeah, we know he's an idiot. I just never expected you to be thicker than him. So she goes to the mat, and obviously, it says live, laugh, leave. Because he's a middle-aged woman, you see. Isn't sending the message you think it is, love. There is a key there, though. So she starts to steal everything from him, all his materials, in an attempt to destroy the bit of fabric. She freezes it. That doesn't work. I mean, if a little tiny girl can't destroy it with a hammer, it must be invincible. Next up, she tries acid. That doesn't work. Just burns a hole through her own materials. Personally, I would have used a dish. Didn't get destroyed by the acid. But then again, you're the scientist, not me. Then she tries to bomb it. She gets food delivered to his illegal, top-secret, black market technology bunker. She already got him arrested once. Does not care about privacy at all, and tries to destroy it through other methods, such as sound. But finally, all the problems do lead to Riri having a realization that we all knew all along.
I can't figure this out.
I've got the knowledge of a preschooler. My only idea left is to feed it to the hungry, hungry hippo.
I need to get out of here.
So, as always, she starts running from her problems and just flies away. Her AI is like, look, your heartbeat's going, so I'm going to bring some fresh air in, but you've got to breathe, okay? You do know how to do that, right? It is a normal bodily function, but I'm not sure you've evolved to that level of humanity yet.
Stop telling me to breathe.
I don't need to. You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to hold my breath.
I'm just trying to help. I can't breathe.
Very subtle. Very funny. I know you thought you were really giving a message here with all your propaganda you had in your room, but it is very funny.
Parker's gonna get us. Oh, how can I breathe?
I found all of this stuff in his bunker and I took it.
Let me out of the suit.
Look, love, I know you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. You did just ask me to dump you out of the suit. In the sky, though. That probably won't end well for you.
Now, let me out. I can't breathe.
I mean, if I did let you out of this suit right now, it would end up in the same scenario. The only thing you have in common is that you need to be arrested as well. So they drop her off in an abandoned car place. She goes off to fetch whatever the guy's name is that I thought I told you I'd forget it by the time he next appeared. And I have.
Riri, should I get Ronnie?
Ronnie? It wasn't Ronnie earlier. I thought it was like Xavier or something.
I am going to see Xavier.
Is it Ronnie Xavier? At night out, though, Captain Scarlet has got to make a decision. His door opens and he can either stay in there, rot, or leave and see what the gang have in store for him. He decides to leave. Lights keep flashing and showing him the way he's got to go, and so he follows them.
Incoming. He's headed your way.
We know you can't type in those nails. We can even see that you're not pushing the buttons, you're just lifting your fingers on top of them.
No, but I'm so fierce, aren't I?
Till eventually he finds the crew, and they're loading up all of his seized possessions into the van. I'm like, where did they come from?
Thanks. Yeah.
Your things were in your top secret bunker. You didn't have any of them at home, but it was only your home that got raided. So what technology have they taken from you?
Who the hell are you guys?
Where did your stuff come from? Meanwhile, at this guy's house, Natalie has come in the suit.
It's Riri Williams in my window.
And wants him to get in there. The main problem I have with this is how far away she is. Yeah, bro, I ain't jumping into your suit on that distance. You can come in the window, and I'll get in you inside the room. That's the only way this is gonna happen. No, I ain't jumping in there, love. I don't know what you think's happening, but it ain't gonna happen.
No thanks.
Yeah, I would definitely fall to my death trying to make that job. So she kidnaps him and spews him out.
Xavier, what are you doing here?
Wait, his name is Xavier? But you said it was something else like 5 seconds ago.
Riri, should I get Ronnie?
Seems I'm not the only person that doesn't seem to know his name.
Yo, Soup, just kidnap me.
Arrest her for it.
But she starts crying, I'm tired.
She doesn't say tired of her life of crime actually giving her consequences. I don't even know how you did that. How did you kidnap me in my suit? How did you have it remote controlled?
I brought you here.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do, innit? How did you kidnap me? Oh, don't worry, your dead sister did, yes. Always want to be reminded of your dead sister, don't you? It's your favourite pastime. It's like, what the hell is happening?
Natalie? How are you doing that?
Well, you see, I made a living copy of her from my own mind, and that's why she's evil now.
Pleasure to meet you, finally.
It's like, I couldn't do that to my sister before. I actually think it's quite odd that when his dead sister turns up, the first thing he does is stick his fingers inside her. Not a normal family activity at the best of times, let alone when they're dead and returned in hologram form.
That is horrifying.
Based. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't resurrect my dead sister in some kind of weird pseudo-mask of film. Maybe that's a bit creepy and against all kind of sense of decency. Of course, Riri's never been told no. She's too used to being evil with no consequences, and so she doesn't understand. Storms off, if you think I like that, you don't know me at all. I'm not as evil as you. I can't comprehend what it's like to be demon offspring.
I don't know, you get kind of used to it. It's nice in a way.
Like committing crime or murder, the more you do, the easier it is. Not a good thing, love. Getting used to horrible things isn't actually a good thing. It's supposed to provoke your disgust mechanism. That's why disgust is there. That's why we judge people. To reinforce the fact that it doesn't actually matter if you don't have a problem with it. You should have a problem with it.
Like she's still alive.
Look at her. She is alive.
No, she isn't. She's the computer's approximation of your memories of what you think she was like put into light. That is not being alive.
She is alive. Sort of.
Even she don't. Well, sort of. Yeah. I was going to lie to you, then I realized, no, that is really stupid, isn't it? I should hedge. Delete her. That's what you need to do. You need to get rid of her. Delete her. Yes. Well done. There is only 3 ways to actually talk about somebody. He, she, and it. So Riri looks at us like, actually, I might do it. Thus provoking the AI's fight or flight response. Like, you ain't deleting me.
Oh no. Wait.
And flies off. Because, yeah, I ain't dying because you want to get your end away with him. Thanks. I care less about your opinion and more about my life. Even the robot wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire. He throws a watch back, which is, you know, because she didn't tell him what it was. If she told him, you're in danger because I'm a criminal and people are trying to kill you, he'd probably be grateful for the protection. But that would mean her taking accountability and responsibility for her own actions. That would require a moral human being, though, and she isn't one. We cut back over to the crime base, though, and they set up a machine to give him body modifications. It's like, hey, boss man asked me to help you upgrade, and I'm a hacker, so that's not suspicious at all.
It's not a bad look, right?
No, you just look like an N64 controller. Happens to all of us, mate.
I haven't seen code this intricate since Madripoor.
Yes. I can't type, you see, so I can't write my own code. But he says I could do some real damage with this if you let me. He's like, no, just leave it how it is. The machine will run itself. You're talking to an evil hacker working for a criminal organization that has no problem with murder. They don't care about you. You shouldn't let them touch your code, but here we are. So when he says, yeah, just stick to that, maybe you should have watched the keyboard.
Help though?
Wait.
There's no need to. He just wants to stick something in your mouth.
Good boy.
Wait till you're unconscious, see what he does then. Now, just like you know a journalist is lying because their lips are moving, you know this hacker is lying when their fingers are typing. So they changed the admin from him to the HUD. Personally, I would have locked that down myself without giving it to it before I gave it to a hacker. Especially a hacker that looked like that. They can't be trusted with a makeup palette, let alone a keyboard. With that though, the machine comes and gives him his body modifications. Sure, that'll end well. At least he sounds like he's having fun. And we cut to the HUD. He's going, look, I've got a side job for you.
What kind of side job?
A hit. Riri killed John. I want her head.
And the entire gang's like, yeah, it's fine. Of course we'll go out and kill one of our friends. No problem, mate. We're just all evil. Everyone in this show is filth. Everyone. Even characters you've seen in this episode which didn't seem to do much, they turn out to be filth later. And the thing is, later on it introduces other characters, like Satan. And some people have said, I can't believe you introduced this character in a show like this. And I don't have that same kind of problem. My issue is you've introduced Satan as a character in a show where everyone around him is more evil than Satan is. In this series, Satan's the hero and Riri's the villain. And as all stories are moral stories, I think it does say a lot about the writers themselves. Because you can write a movie with values that you don't agree with. But if in that movie you keep telling me, no, this is the right way to be, this is what the hero is, and they're evil, that does actually say a lot about your moral compass. And if this is the way that your heroes act, if this is the way you think people should behave, then boy, what kind of skeletons are hiding in your closet? But those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe. More videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.